Welcome back to AM Northwest. Could you have limiting beliefs about wealth you're not even aware of? Here to share how we can improve our relationship with money, we welcome back the author of All the Things I Wish I Knew, Master Life Coach Sarah Centrella. Great to see you again.
Great to see you, Helen.
You know, and there's a good point there is we have limiting ideas that we don't even know that we have about especially when it comes to money. So tell me about how you, first of all, how you thought to write about this.
Yeah, well, I think most of our money beliefs are subconscious for the most part. I mean, a lot of it has to do with our childhood, how we were raised, how our parents talked about money, and then what we saw them do with money. You know, so for instance, I grew up with very little money, so I saw that money was hard to get. My dad had to work like 3 or 4 jobs to kind of keep food on the table. And then I saw the minute we got money, it was gone.
Right.
You know, so we'd go grocery shopping or do whatever we needed to do, and then it would be feast or famine all the time. So I grew up without even understanding that that was also what I believed, and so I was actually recreated it for my own life. And it was very difficult, right? So it causes a lot of struggle if you don't know what those beliefs are and if you can't kind of release them. So I think the first thing, most people, by the way, have been coaching now for over a decade. Regardless of what's in your bank account, I think most people still do have some type of limiting belief about money because you only know what you have, or kind of like maybe want a little bit more, but you're not really thinking next category, like could that be possible?
So you say to rewrite your money story.
Absolutely. I think one of the very first things that you can do is just write down how you feel about money. How has money shown up in your life in the past? A really good exercise is to just write the words money is and then fill in the blank. And that will kind of help some of those subconscious beliefs surface. Some of those might be good, some of them might be negative, where it could be, you know, money is struggle or money is freedom. Just kind of get an understanding of what it is you believe about money. And then once you've done that, take the time to write a fictional story, kind of like a fantasy story of, well, if I never had to worry about money again, if I didn't believe it was struggle, or if I didn't believe it was hard, what would change in my life? How much different would my life be? Would I operate differently? Would I be able to do different things? And so then you're starting to create something that wasn't there before, which is possibility. It's starting to open up versus you just kind of repeating the same patterns over and over again without really even understanding what's happening.
So, and then you say to shift to an abundance mindset.
Yeah, that one's super important because whatever it is you believe is what's going to show up in your life repeatedly. So that's why a lot of people have self-sabotaging behaviors. They're just kind of reinforcing themselves. So in order to get that to change, you can actually work on changing your mindset by doing something really simple. The first is start with gratitude. So no matter where you're at, you know, if you're going through a difficult time, you're going through a great time, you want to start every day kind of with that gratitude. I'm so grateful that I have what I have. I'm so grateful that it enables me to do X, Y, Z. And then you want to say, and I'm really excited for what's to come. So you want to add in that piece that is hope, anticipation, bringing abundance into it versus kind of staying in a lockdown.
I think a lot of people don't have hope right now.
Right.
You know, so you're saying have the hope for the future.
Absolutely. So being open to that, especially in a time right now, we were talking a minute ago that the economy is all over the place. You know, it's definitely fearful for a lot of people. And when you feel like you don't have any control over it, it gets pretty scary and you can really get into a lack mindset without even knowing it. And that can bring more bills and more problems into your life, and we don't want that. So in order to kind of stop that from happening, you can use positive affirmations for abundance on a daily basis and just say, abundance is on its way, more opportunities are coming to me, I'm excited for what the future holds. And that will actually start to bring the flow of abundance to you regardless of what's going on.
Because your mindset has changed just a bit.
Absolutely.
Grow your wealth, not just your income.
That's a big one, and I think especially for women, I think a lot of women in my generation at least, like we weren't really taught how to invest. We were kind of taught like, oh, you know, maybe a husband will take care of that, or when you have a ton of money, then you talk to a financial planner. Nowadays, we have so many amazing opportunities to start investing within 5 minutes. I think there's an app that I love, personally use, and no, I'm not being paid by them, but Acorns is really easy. It just rolls over your change from your debit card.
Acorn, you said.
Yeah, it rolls over the change from a debit card transaction and then puts it into an investment fund that you choose and you control. And if you have an extra 20 bucks, you send an extra 20 bucks there or whatever. So you can start small. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. But the idea is I want to focus on an abundance mindset. on a growth mindset versus just putting in savings and kind of locking down.
Yeah. And then this is one that's surprising to me. You say reward yourself.
I love that one because I think if you don't, we all kind of get discouraged, right? So if you're working really, really hard and all that money is only going to bills or whatever, it doesn't feel all that rewarding.
Sure.
Like, yeah, you're proud of yourself, but you could, you know, save enough to go get a pedicure, get a massage, get a facial. It doesn't have to be crazy. But I think it is really important because it's that psychological, I work hard, I also reward myself.
Right.
And, you know, so if you're, for instance, when I was in corporate and I was selling, I thought if I get this big commission check, I'm gonna go buy myself a nice bag.
Right.
So then I had to actually do it once I got the check because I wanted to prove to myself that, hey, when you work hard, you get rewarded.
Gotcha. That all makes sense. Those are great ideas. Thank you so much. So we'll tell everyone the book again is titled All the Things I Wish I Knew. Sarah Centrella, thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Helen.
All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.